Welcome to this exciting journey into Africa's spiritual landscape. In this video, we'll uncover the top 10 African countries with the most churches. With staggering numbers, surprising percentages, and deep religious roots, these countries showcase the continent's devotion. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and let's begin. Number 10, Mozambique has 9,000 churches, serving 53% of its 33 million people who identify as Christian. Christianity was introduced during Portuguese colonial rule in the 16th century and has since grown significantly. The Catholic Church dominates, but Pentecostal and evangelical churches are on the rise. A notable church is the Cathedral of Our Lady of the Immaculate Conception in Maputo, a stunning architectural masterpiece built in 1944 that attracts thousands of worshipers and tourists yearly. Did you know? Christianity in Mozambique often blends with indigenous beliefs, creating a unique cultural and spiritual identity. Post-Civil War rebuilding efforts saw a surge in church activities, making churches critical hubs for community and spiritual support. This diversity highlights Mozambique's rich religious and cultural tapestry. Number 9, Angola boasts 11,000 churches, with 58% of its 36 million people identifying as Christian. The Catholic Church plays a central role, but Protestant and evangelical movements are gaining ground. One of the most notable churches is the Igreja de Nossa Senhora dos Remedios in Luanda, known for its striking colonial architecture and historical significance. Did you know? After Angola's civil war ended in 2002, churches became vital in promoting reconciliation and providing humanitarian aid. Evangelical movements have seen remarkable growth in recent decades, reflecting the nation's spiritual renewal. Angola's churches serve as beacons of hope, fostering unity and faith in a country rebuilding from years of conflict. Number 8, Ghana is home to 14,000 churches, with 72% of its 33 million people identifying as Christian. The religious landscape is diverse, featuring Catholic, Methodist, Presbyterian, and Pentecostal churches. A notable church is the Christ the King Catholic Church in Accra, renowned for its vibrant worship services and community outreach. The rise of Pentecostalism, led by organizations like the International Central Gospel Church, reflects the dynamic spiritual atmosphere in Ghana. Ghana's churches often host massive conventions, with some drawing crowds of over 100,000 attendees. The fusion of traditional beliefs and Christianity has created a uniquely Ghanaian expression of faith, making it a spiritual hub in West Africa. Number 7, Uganda. Uganda's 17,000 churches serve 85% of its 48 million population, making Christianity the dominant faith. The Anglican and Catholic churches have historical roots, but Pentecostalism has experienced explosive growth in recent years. A famous site is the Uganda Martyrs Basilica in Namugongo, which honors 22 Christian converts martyred in the 19th century. This basilica attracts millions of pilgrims annually, especially on Martyrs' Day. Did you know? Uganda is often referred to as the Pearl of Africa for its natural beauty, mirrored in its rich spiritual heritage. Churches in Uganda play a vital role in education and healthcare, further solidifying their importance in the community. The country's vibrant worship culture and religious festivals make it a beacon of faith in East Africa. Number 6, Tanzania houses 20,000 churches, with 63% of its 67 million people identifying as Christian. Catholic and Protestant churches dominate, but charismatic movements have been growing rapidly. A notable landmark is the St. Joseph's Cathedral in Dar es Salaam, a Gothic-style church built in 1898 that serves as a major spiritual and tourist attraction. Christianity was introduced during German and British colonial rule, and its growth has been steady since the 19th century. Many Tanzanian churches are deeply involved in social welfare, running schools and clinics across the country. The blending of traditional African practices with Christian worship creates a rich and unique religious experience, making Tanzania a culturally and spiritually diverse nation. Number 5, Kenya has 24,000 churches, with 85% of its 54 million people identifying as Christian. Christianity has been central to the nation since missionaries arrived in the 19th century. A notable church is the All Saints Cathedral in Nairobi, which serves as a historic and spiritual hub for Anglican worshippers. The rise of Pentecostal and evangelical movements has also contributed to the country's dynamic religious landscape. Kenya hosts some of the largest Christian conventions in Africa, drawing thousands to prayer festivals and revival meetings. Churches in Kenya are not just places of worship, they are key players in social and political issues, advocating for peace and justice. This makes Kenya a vibrant center for faith and community leadership in East Africa. Number 4, South Africa is home to 28,000 churches, with 83% of its 60 million people identifying as Christian. Its religious diversity includes Catholic, Protestant, Pentecostal, and independent African-initiated churches. A famous church is the Regina Mundi Church in Soweto, known as the largest Catholic church in South Africa, and a significant site during the anti-apartheid struggle. Christianity's deep roots in South Africa trace back to the arrival of missionaries in the 17th and 18th centuries. The Zion Christian Church is one of the largest African-initiated churches, attracting millions of followers to its annual pilgrimages. Churches in South Africa are more than places of worship. They are symbols of resistance, healing, and unity, shaping the country's cultural and spiritual landscape. Number 3, Democratic Republic of the Congo has 38,000 churches, with an overwhelming 85% of its 102 million population identifying as Christian. Catholicism is the dominant denomination, followed by Protestantism and evangelical groups. The Notre Dame Cathedral in Kinshasa, a stunning architectural marvel, is one of the most famous churches in the country. The Catholic Church runs 60% of Democratic Republic of the Congo schools, highlighting its influence on education and social welfare. Christianity has been a cornerstone of Congolese life since Belgian colonization in the late 19th century. Churches have also played a critical role in promoting peace and reconciliation in the country, especially during times of conflict. The spiritual vibrancy of Democratic Republic of the Congo is a testament to its people's resilience and faith. Number 2, Ethiopia has 43,000 churches, with 67% of its 126 million people identifying as Christian, primarily Ethiopian Orthodox. The Church of St. George in Lalibela, carved from solid rock in the 12th century, is one of Ethiopia's most iconic and historical sites. The Ethiopian Orthodox Church is one of the world's oldest Christian denominations, dating back to the 4th century. Christianity in Ethiopia is deeply intertwined with its cultural identity, with unique traditions such as the Gaia's liturgy and annual celebrations like Timket, a vibrant reenactment of Jesus' baptism. Churches also serve as centers of education and cultural preservation. Ethiopia's Christian heritage has made it a spiritual beacon, attracting millions of pilgrims and tourists every year. Number 1, Nigeria leads Africa with 58,000 churches, serving 48% of its 223 million population who identify as Christian. The country's churches range from small rural chapels to mega churches like the Redeemed Christian Church of God Redemption Camp, which can accommodate over 100,000 worshipers. Nigeria is home to some of the largest Christian gatherings in the world, such as the Holy Ghost Congress, which attracts millions annually. Christianity began spreading in Nigeria in the mid-19th century through British missionaries and has since grown into a vibrant force. Churches in Nigeria are not just places of worship, but centers for education, healthcare, and community development. The country's dynamic faith communities reflect its spiritual fervor and cultural diversity. Thank you for exploring the top 10 African countries with the most churches. Like, subscribe, and comment to join our community for more intriguing facts. See you next time, and thanks for watching.